Hey guys, welcome back to Dip Switch Demos. My name is Jackson and today we're going to check out the Reeves Electro ZO. Now the ZO is a flavour of fuzz that up until now has completely passed me by. I've never tried a fuzz quite like this. The ZO is Reeves' take on a Mark II Zonk Machine type fuzz. Like I said, that's a vintage style fuzz that I've never tried before. A little history on Zonk Machines quickly so we're all up to speed. The Hornby Skews Zonk Machine, the original one, was released in late 1965. Originally the circuit was made from 3 germanium transistors, a bit like some tone benders, but overall was described as a more complex, I guess a more harmonically complex sound compared to a tone bender. It retailed for about £14 I think, and believe it or not that was actually really expensive in 1965. So the next year in 1966 they released the Mark II version, which was made up of 3 silicon transistors and basically was aimed to be a more affordable option, and that retailed for £8. And that Mark II silicon Zonk machine is what the Reeves Electro ZO is going for. And let me tell you, this thing is special. It rips. So the ZO, like most vintage fuzzers I suppose, is actually really simple. We have 2 main controls here, swell and drift, and then finally a switch in the middle, which is sort of, I guess, a bit of Reeves' spicy sauce, a bit of addition, a bit of extra control. Swell is your volume, just like on those original machines, that's what it was called, and then drift is kind of a gain, kind of a bias, kind of a degrade of the transistors, but also at the same time none of the above. It's its own sort of control, but essentially the more you crank it, the more thicker, smoother, fuller the sound is, I suppose. It does increase the gain a little bit as well. Turning it down, the opposite of that happens. You get a slightly thinner, more broken sound, as if the transistors were degrading, I suppose. The switch in the middle is actually a bias switch, switching between two preset bias values. One, similarly to the drift control, is fuller and the other is more broken sounding. This is one of the nastiest fuzzers I've ever played, and I mean that in the best possible way. And it's so nasty and gritty and almost Velcro-like, but still is one of the most musical fuzzers I've ever played. It really allows you to play your guitar, and what I'm trying to say is it really reacts to the different ways that you play your guitar. For example, I love playing this fuzz and picking really close to the bridge. I think that it just brings out some of the craziest characteristics of this fuzz pedal, and it's a lot of fun. But also, if you play closer to the neck and maybe switch over to a neck pickup, you get some like upper harmonic octave sounds going on as well. It really can cover a lot of ground. It is more harmonically aggressive and complex than a tone bender or a fuzz face, but I think it's all the better for it. It's a great sounding fuzz. It's a new favourite of mine when it comes to fuzzers. You should absolutely be checking it out. Not to mention, the build quality is insane. I mean, look at those pedal guts. Really, really beautiful stuff that Reeves is doing. Thanks guys for checking out the video. If you like what you saw, please subscribe and maybe check out some more. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers guys.